My name is Emily and I've always been a fan of horror stories. But I never thought my own life would turn into one. It all started when I noticed someone following me on my way home from work. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, but the feeling of being watched wouldn't go away. As the days went by, the stalker became more daring. They would leave creepy notes on my doorstep and even send me disturbing messages. I tried to brush it off as a prank, but deep down, I knew it was something more sinister. One night, as I was getting ready for bed, I heard a knock on my bedroom window. My heart raced as I slowly approached it. And there it was, a face pressed against the glass, grinning at me with a twisted smile. I screamed and ran to my phone to call the police. But when they arrived, there was no one there. No evidence of anyone creeping around my house. I couldn't sleep that night, knowing that someone was watching me. The next day, I received a package with a note saying, "I'm always watching you." Inside was a picture of me, taken through my bedroom window. That's when I knew, this was no prank. I was being stalked by a creep with a twisted obsession. I installed security cameras and changed all my locks, but that didn't stop them. They found a way to break into my house and leave more disturbing messages. I couldn't take it anymore. I packed my bags and left, hoping to escape this nightmare. But no matter where I went, the stalker followed. It's been months now, and I still can't shake off the feeling of being watched. I live in constant fear, wondering when the stalker will strike again. My life has become a living horror story, with no end in sight. In my quest for respite, I sought refuge in the obscure corners of the world, hoping the vast expanse would swallow me whole and sever the ominous connection between me and my relentless pursuer. I wandered through dimly lit alleyways, ventured into forgotten towns, and even sought sanctuary in the isolated quietude of the countryside, but the ever-looming dread persisted. As I attempted to carve out a new semblance of a life, I clung to the routine of anonymity. I changed my appearance, adopted aliases, and lived on the fringes of society, a phantom trying to elude the sinister figure that haunted my existence. Yet, like an indomitable specter, the stalker's presence was an unwavering constant, an intangible force that transcended the physical realm. With each passing day, my desperation intensified. I turned to unconventional means, seeking out enigmatic figures rumored to possess knowledge of the arcane and the supernatural. Seances, rituals, and consultations with mystics became desperate attempts to sever the ethereal link that bound me to the chilling narrative of my life. In the quiet moments between my frantic pursuits, I began to notice peculiar occurrences, subtle whispers in the wind, inexplicable shadows that danced in the moonlight, and fleeting glimpses of figures that vanished upon a second glance. It became increasingly clear that this was no ordinary stalker. It was as if I had become entangled in a web woven by forces beyond the comprehension of mere mortals. The boundaries between reality and the supernatural blurred, and I found myself at the nexus of a cosmic struggle. An ancient curse, a vengeful spirit, or a malevolent entity, the possibilities unfolded like chapters in a cryptic tome. My journey transformed into a quest not only for my physical safety but for the unraveling of the enigma that bound me to this living horror story. As I delved deeper into the realms of the unknown, I stumbled upon cryptic symbols, ancient manuscripts, and forgotten lore that hinted at a darker truth. The stalker, it seemed, was not merely flesh and blood but a manifestation of a deeper, malefic force woven into the fabric of my very existence. Haunted and hunted, I stand at the precipice of the inexplicable, with the realization that my life is not just a horror story but a cosmic tale of fate and otherworldly machinations. The shadows that envelop me whisper secrets of an impending climax, leaving me teetering on the edge of revelation or irreversible descent into the abyss. The chilling saga of my existence unfolds, and I brace myself for the unveiling of the horrifying truth that awaits, determined to confront the unknown and break free from the shackles of my own living nightmare. As the years dragged on, the relentless pursuit of the supernatural and the maddening whispers of unseen forces took a toll on my sanity. The line between the tangible and the ethereal became increasingly blurred, and I found myself ensnared in a web of delusions and paranoia. The cosmic struggle that once fueled my quest for answers transformed into a haunting labyrinth of distorted realities. The enigmatic figures and arcane rituals that once promised a solution now revealed themselves as figments of an unraveling mind. Desperation led me to a place where the threads of my own narrative frayed, and I became a prisoner within the haunted corridors of my consciousness. Admitted into the sterile embrace of a mental hospital, the walls seemed to echo with the whispers of the supernatural. The staff, clad in sterile white, became spectral wardens overseeing my descent into the abyss of schizophrenia. Medications and therapy sessions became feeble attempts to anchor my fractured mind, but the otherworldly forces that once pursued me continued their insidious dance within the recesses of my thoughts. The once vibrant colors of my reality now bled into a surreal palette of distorted hues, painting a distorted picture of the world around me. Nurses with kind eyes became shadowy figures, and the sterile hospital environment echoed with the echoes of cryptic whispers. In this twisted reality, the cosmic tale that had consumed my life became a haunting echo, a relentless tormentor that refused to loosen its grip. Within the confines of institutionalized routine, I clung to moments of fleeting clarity, desperately seeking a fragment of the reality I once knew. Yet, the shadows persisted, and the tendrils of my own fragmented narrative continued to entwine with the spectral forces that haunted my every thought. As the years melted into a disorienting blur, I grappled with the haunting question: was the stalker a manifestation of a malevolent force or a symptom of my own unraveling mind? The answer, lost in the fog of mental anguish, eluded me. Now, within the sterile walls of the mental hospital, I find myself caught in a perpetual loop, reliving the fragments of my own horror story. The chilling saga has become a never-ending chapter, and I brace myself for the revelations that may or may not come. In the distorted corridors of my own psyche, the horrifying truth remains elusive, and I continue to navigate the unsettling landscape of my mind, trapped in a living nightmare with no end in sight.